Are you by any chance a musician? Well, then you better start filming yourself making music, or forget any dream you have to become a musician that has some sort of success. Why do I say this? Because in a bit, nobody will believe you if you have a track on a digital platform. Nobody will even can be sure that it's your track anymore because of AI, obviously. So more and more, the last 10 years, we see that artists in general have to focus on creating content rather than art. And as I kind of said already, the circle is now complete, or becoming more complete. Because I feel like that the entire shift towards the content creation now is inevitable. Maybe not. There are some alternatives, but we'll see that. We'll talk about those in later in this video. But what I do notice from my perspective is that when you scroll Instagram, it's filled with artists showing how they make their art. Be it a painter showing his technique to paint, be it a a musician, a music producer showing the process on how he made music. And we do that obviously because some people like making content. I also kind of like it. Yeah, if you hear noises, my cat is in my studio and she is a crazy cat, like they all are. But ignore that. But you can see like this gigantic shift in the last decade on the focus on making content rather than making art. And I feel like AI was like a final piece of the puzzle to make artists, to mold artists even more inside this limited hallway of content creation, in order to trying to please an algorithm, which the mighty tech algorithm lords can decide or can grant us a favor and give us some scraps of attention, or some people scraps or of money even, you know. So, and I feel like AI was the final piece of the puzzle because, let's face it, if you're a painter, nobody will believe you if you say, yeah, I'm a painter and I painted this painting, and the painting is on a digital platform, which you have to use obviously to promote ourselves. Nobody will believe it, because everybody will start to think like, yeah, you know what? The average eye doesn't see the nuance in certain artistic approaches, and they're like, yeah, I can prompt that. Or in music as well, you know, like the average AI generation. I mean, like, you do hear, it's kind of like the lyrics always tell if it's AI. In my opinion, I can always like definitely say, yeah, that's like a sort of AI rhyme. And also there's like this high frequency about it that sometimes just like screams AI music to me. But enough of that. I mean, like, what I wanted to say is like, people will see it online and they will be like, well, I can prompt that, you did not make that. So, I mean, like, I'm obviously generalizing, but I mean, like, we are more and more obligated towards this content creation path. We have to please an algorithm, and that will define who is an artist, who is the painter, who is the musician, who is a dancer, I don't know, any form of art is more and more focused on content creation. And that's partly because of AI, but this trend was been going on for a long time. Because I was like, a couple of years ago, I stumbled across a painter, and I like his paintings, but all the videos were just like him showing how he painted something. People were like, yeah, that's cool, commenting, liking. And then, like, more and more, it just became clear to me, like, that's being an artist nowadays. You know, you have to do that. You have to make content, or you have to accept that you will probably never get seen in your art form, which is a painful thing, you know, because a lot of people, I'm sorry, getting a phone call. So, I'm sorry, I got a phone call there. But as I already was saying, like, you have a choice between accepting that you cannot make any money or never getting noticed with your art, or you try to make content. And that is the way to become successful today, because let's face it, it's the only way, you know, and you have to show the process of you making music. It's not enough to like make a video and create a cool video for a music piece or anything and put that online. No, because AI can do that now, you know? Like, so you have to actually become a content creator on how you made your music. And that's, if you want to be successful, like, I think that's the only way to do it right now if you like are an electronic music producer. What my point of this video was, you can only be an artist nowadays if you are a content creator. But I was thinking about this, and I was like, this raises a question. Why do we keep playing a game that's invented by these boring tech companies, corporations, large corporations? Let's face it, it's to please their stakeholders, that actually limit our creativity in enormous ways, because there's a lot of really bad content, really good content. I mean, like good, like for the algorithm, good. Successful content on really bad art. And, you know, these corporations, that's also my point of this video, these corporations, they succeeded in limiting artists to become content creators. And they have also succeeded that artists, that they have to like nervously chase this algorithm if they ever want to get noticed. And now these content, these tech companies, they are creating, they are using AI to like train their AI models to on music that is on digital platforms, on images on digital platforms, social media, anything on social media. It's just being used to train these AI algorithms, and yeah, and which then again gives us endless competition on that field. So it's actually a very weird thing. It's kind of like a Stockholm syndrome type of thing, you know. 10 years ago or 15 years ago, people were like, oh my god, the internet is here. Now we don't need labels anymore to get noticed by a public. But now all we have to all we can do to ever get noticed is using the internet. So it's just like it's like the circle is complete, you know? The only way to get noticed nowadays is using the internet. And the question that I have is, why do labels give a damn about socials? Because they could play a role in breaking this circle by like literally like just by doing what they did before, you know, like scouting talent at I don't know, venues and stuff like that, and just be like having sort of like a faith in the talent or in the music group that they want to promote, you know, rather than scouting social media and then seeing, oh, this band has many followers and many likes, let's contact them, you know. So I guess that's what I was trying to say. Like, I noticed that in any art form, but especially in music as well, at first there was this big hooray when the internet and the modern internet, because the internet has been around since the 90s or something, but like the modern internet into this algorithm pleasing stuff has made it so that once we were happy about being able to use the internet to promote ourselves. And now it's the only way you can promote yourself is trying to please an algorithm that is curated by corporations who are probably the least creative people or the least arts sensitive people out there. So why do we do it? Why do we keep doing it? I mean, like, I think that the biggest form of punk or rebellion nowadays is be like accepting that maybe your art just doesn't sell, you know? Like, we have to maybe go back and stop dreaming about being successful in music in the first place and just focus on, I press this button, this makes a cool sound, and that's it, you know? Like, this makes me feel something, and that's kind of it.